Hi, this is Splattershop. Today we're going to be reviewing Spirit Halloween's 2024 static Ghostface animatronic, as well as this Ghostface child size outfit. And we have a special guest today. This is my daughter Sophia.
Hi.
And she likes to be known as Ghost Girl. So Sophia, she's actually my little helper. She helps me a lot with putting my animatronics together. She was a big helper last year. She really started getting involved with Halloween and doing animatronics. She watched me sometimes put them together, and it really drew her interest into doing it herself. So many times last year she would ask, Papa, can I come out and, watch you put and the new animatronic together? And of course I was like, yes. So Sophia has actually helped me pick a few of my animatronics, and I think she has pretty good taste. So Sophia, what is your favorite animatronics?
The alien Jack and Zero.
Jack and Zero. Okay, so she said the alien, Jack and Zero. So the first one she picked out was the Martian Warrior from Mars Attacks last year from Spirit Halloween. This year, she, as you can see, is a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. She loves that movie. So this year she wanted Jack Skeleton. And luckily enough, Big Lots had him on sale, the jammy version, the 6 foot. They had him on sale for $129 with coupons. And we also got Home Depot's Zero, which is also another static. So the other day we drove 50 miles to the nearest Spirit Halloween, and we decided that we were going to get my two girls' costumes. And I noticed that there was the Ghostface, the static one there. And Sophia here noticed that I picked it. So she wanted a matching costume. And that's why she picked this one. All right, so before we dive into the static animatronic, we're going to do a quick review on the child size Ghostface costume. And this is from Spirit Halloween. Sophia here, she's wearing the costume. It is pretty nice quality. Here, you can go ahead and stand up. Comes with a little belt. Now, one thing I like about the mask is that it does have some padding around the inside, so it's not irritating, your child's face. The other thing too is the neon lights are actually on the outside. That's one thing that someone had asked me about, if it was bothering, Sophia's eyes here. And it's actually on the outside trim of the mask on both the eyes and the mouth, as you can see. And the first thing I asked her was, is this annoying you? And as far as the lights go, and her answer was no. And originally she was going to get a Stickman costume. My son wore one of those last year. And one thing we noticed with his costume and the lights was there was this annoying like buzzing sound. And he actually ended up having to take his mask off because he couldn't wear it for too long. And I noticed with this one, it doesn't do that. So overall, for the costume, it's great. We like it, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So it'll pair nicely with our Ghostface here. And this is the box. And let's go ahead and crack this guy open and take a look. So these are the parts that come with the static Ghostface. The arm with the knife, the other arm, the base, Over here is the power adapter, the robe, the waist ring, the head, and the poles that make up the body, and the shoulder piece. The base actually comes in 5 pieces that you have to put together. There's the middle piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide each one of these, there's 4 of them, up into these little notches. They're on each corner. The next step is you're going to take this pole, C, and you're going to put it in the hole of the base right here. Okay, go ahead and put it in. Let me help you push it down. There we go. Good job. After you've gotten pole C in, you're going to take pole D and you're going to snap it in. After you've gotten pole D in, the next is putting the waist spring in, which is actually F, and you slide it into this bracket right here. So the next step is you put in the power box, and it's going to connect to pole D, and that's after you've gotten the metal waist ring on. After the power box, the next step is the shoulder piece, and you're going to just snap it on right above the power box. So you're going to take the robe out of its bag and you're going to actually pull it over the shoulder piece and drape it down so it's on. Now, I do apologize about the 2 arm pieces. Normally, I show you like how to connect them. This robe is a little bit constrictive. There is a small opening on the back with Velcro. What you're going to do, like most other pieces, unfortunately, it is really difficult to show, but I managed, was you'll see a little bracket here. You're going to slide the arms up each sleeve. And that's one thing I will say I really liked about this animatronic was the sleeve holes are actually pretty open, pretty easy to slide the arms through. There's been several times where I've had an animatronic where these holes on the sleeves are like real narrow and it's kind of a struggle to get the whole arm through. But anyways, on that bracket, you just slide each arm on each side through the bracket and it will connect. And then another thing with these arms is they're super bendable, which is great because you can pose him in different ways with the arms. You're going to notice it when you first put the arms together because they're very close to his chest and it doesn't look right. So kind of bend them out a little bit, not with much force, but just, you know, real gently bend them out and kind of get them in a pose that you prefer. After you've gotten the arms all set up the way that you like, next you're going to put the head on. Once again, it's real constrictive back here. I'll kind of push up the robe a little bit, but there's a little notch on the shoulder piece where you just slide in this plastic piece. You just slide it straight down and it just kind of pops in. And his head is on. Next is draping his hood. There's actually a Velcro piece at the top of the hood here. And you just fasten it on the top of the head. And then on the sides of the mask, as you can see here, there's Velcro. On the inside of the hood, you just Velcro it on each side. There's one there. And then one, as you can see on this side as well. You're going to Velcro it right here. and just kind of pull out the side of the mask. There. And the hood is done. So there's really only 2 wires that you have to hook up on this guy. Of course, it's the mask that lights up as well as his knife. There is a wire that runs off of this arm with the knife. And by what I've been told, it doesn't matter off of the power box. You'll have 2 wires. It doesn't matter which one you hook it to. You're going to hook it directly to the power box with the arm and the knife. And then you're going to have one coming straight down from where the head is. And you connect it into the other wire that goes to the power box. So I take back what I said. There's actually a 3rd wire. That's the sensor right here. And it's up in the front of the middle of the robe. Actually, all the controls are in the front of the animatronic. On the back side, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I bought this guy, besides the 2 wires that you have to plug in, the head and the knife, it's actually allows you to use batteries. So if you don't want to use a power adapter, you can put some batteries in here and have better placement as far as where you want to put him. But anyways, up front here is where all the controls are. The sensor options, your volume dial, and where you plug in a power adapter, external speaker, and the sensor just snaps on right here. All right, we're at the finish line now. All we need to do is plug in his power adapter, which, like I said earlier, is optional. And let's fire him up. All right, and let's get a demonstration. Let's get a demonstration in the dark. Or somewhat dark. Okay, it's time to review this guy. So as you know, there's 2 versions of Ghostface that came out this year from Spirit Halloween. There's the deluxe edition, and then there's this one, which is the static version. And I'll be honest with you, I originally considered getting the deluxe edition. I really do like the fact that it has that rapid stabbing animation. But the problem was, well, actually there's 2 problems. The first was that I'm not a huge Scream fan. I did enjoy the first movie for what it was, for being, you know, creative and whatnot. But after that, I really didn't like the franchise too much. It kind of became a parody within a parody. And as the sequels went on, you know, I started to lose interest in those movies. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't even really watched a lot of the newer ones that have came out. So not a huge Scream fan. I do admire, like I said, the original, the first movie for what it is. And this year, you know, as I've said before, we're doing a movie theme. We're also doing a graveyard theme to go with it. But our movie theme, you know, we have a lot of the famous horror icons. We have Jason, Chucky, Michael Myers, Leatherface, Reagan from Exorcist. Who else do we have? We just have several. I think I have at least 13 movie animatronics this year. that we're doing. So anyways, I was kind of on the fence about buying the deluxe edition. And when Spirit released the first video of the deluxe edition, I just was not impressed with it. And that's me being like brutally honest with you as far as what I saw in the video. I thought he was wobbly. And I really didn't like the costume and the neck on the deluxe edition. The other thing I didn't like was when he tilted, it looked extremely thin around this area. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like the animation. And like I said, I wasn't a huge Scream fan. So what really made me decide not to get the deluxe edition was Home Depot released Chucky just shortly after. And like I stated on my Chucky review, I'm a way more bigger Child's Play / Chucky fan than I am Ghostface and Scream. So I ended up going with Chucky. Well, later on, would you know, Spirit releases this guy, the static version. And, you know, even though I'm not a huge Scream fan, there was a part of me that was like, we really should have Ghostface, like, in our display this year. I mean, there are, you know, people that are fans of the franchise, and I think if he at least has a presence, you know, they'll be happy. And this guy is actually $130. The deluxe edition is $280. After I used my 20% off coupon, he was only $103. And this is actually the second static prop that I owned own. Zero, Home Depot Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas. He's actually my first one. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do another static prop. He's not really expensive. And I'll be honest with you, like, I actually really like this guy. I mean, for what he is, a static prop, he's inexpensive. I do like the lighting as far as when it lights up on both the knife and the mouth. There's the scream and kind of the stabbing sound that you hear with it. The costume, I'll be honest with you, it's not the greatest. I wouldn't say it's, you know, a huge leap or improvement over the deluxe edition, but, you know, $103, it's you know, it's worth it. And he really doesn't look bad. And because you don't see the tilting animation, his head actually looks a little bit more fuller than the deluxe edition. And by the way, with the deluxe edition, when I went to go pick up this guy, I did actually get to see the deluxe edition in person. And I'll be honest with you, like, the videos did not do that version justice. When I saw him in person, he actually looked a lot better. So even though I kind of critiqued, you know, what I saw originally with the videos of the deluxe edition, seeing him in person, you know, just kind of like with Michael Myers this year, it was one of those things where you had to see him in person. They look a lot better. Michael Myers and Ghostface, the deluxe edition, both look much better in person. But like I said, in the end, two of the biggest things why I ended up choosing this guy was the price and the fact that I'm not a huge Scream fan. Oh, and one extra thing, as I pointed out earlier, that I really liked is the fact that you can actually choose to use just batteries. You don't have to use the power adapter with this guy. That was a big plus for me. Our display this year is kind of getting a little bit crowded, and we live in a cul-de-sac. So we kind of have a tiny front yard. So next year, we're going to actually have to start using the backyard for our display. But this year, we're trying to put in as many as we can in our front yard. And I'll be honest with you, because we have so many in the front yard, it's just nice with like, I actually have 3 props now that are battery operated. And that would be this Ghostface, Zero from Home Depot, and the hearse, which I bought as well. He's battery operated. So it's just kind of nice, you know, not to have to buy extra extension cords and run them all over the place or have to use a power adapter. So that was another big plus for me with this guy. So honestly, I would say if you can get the deluxe edition and you're willing to pay that, it's $280. I'm sure it's around like $240 after you use your coupon. And you're a huge Scream fan, I say go for the deluxe edition. I mean, I know as a Jason fan or a Michael Myers fan, like those are 2 of my favorite horror icons. If there was a more expensive version with animation and another version that was static and cheaper, I would definitely plop down the extra money and get the one with the animation. But as I pointed out, Ghostface is not my favorite. But I did feel like I needed to have him in our display. So this was actually a good way for me to have both. I didn't have to spend a lot of money on another animatronic this year. I could actually invest it in something else. And like I said, I did. I bought Chucky instead, which was just $200. If you really think about it, I got Chucky and I got this guy for about $300. So not much more than what the deluxe edition retails for. So overall, I'm glad I got this guy. I'm glad that I ended up getting this version. If you're on a tighter budget, you're not a huge Scream fan, but you just want to have him, like me, definitely just get this guy instead. He's a much better alternative to the deluxe edition. This is Splatter Shop. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.